Joe Biden marked his first 100 days in office with an address to Congress. And while Biden may claim that his presidency has been a success so far, I think we can all agree that it has actually been a living nightmare. So let's check in on the latest Biden scandals in another episode of Joe Biden, the worst president in history that we can remember.
It will never happen.
What is one of the worst things any human being can do? Well, as anyone who watches Fox News can tell you, the answer is try to save the planet. And now, Joe Biden is trying to save the planet in the worst way possible.
About to order a Big Mac anytime soon? Well, hurry up, folks. President Biden's climate plan would limit you to just one burger a month.
They like to have a steak, a burger, grill, or barbecue on Memorial Day, the 4th of July, or for no reason at all. Not so fast. The left, with their Green New Deal, wants to make sure you don't.
Say goodbye to your burgers. In order to help hit the Biden administration's climate goals of reducing emissions by 50% from 2005 by 2030, researchers say you'd have to cut about 90% of red meat from your diet. Where's the beef?
No burgers on July 4th. So get ready. You can throw back a plant-based beer with your grilled Brussels sprouts and wave your American flag. Call it July 4th green.
That's right. Joe Biden, aka Plantifa, is banning meat. And right before the 4th of July, the day America celebrates its allegiance to the Burger King. That is straight up tyranny, people. If something didn't have to die for my lunch, then I'd rather starve. I'll go vegan when you can make Brussels sprouts scream. And you know, this isn't just terrible for Americans, it's bad news for cows. Because they've been preparing their whole lives to become burgers. What are they supposed to do now, huh? Go back to school? Move in with their parents? Get a job flipping burgers? Oh wait, they can't! Because burgers are illegal now. Oh, and by the way, you know who else was a vegetarian? Hitler. And now, 80 years later, Joe Biden is banning meat? Well, that can't be a coincidence. But guess what? If you want to take my beef, President Hamburglar, well, then you're going to have to get it from inside my stomach. Ah, yeah. Come get from me, boy.
On Friday, we told you about a study from the University of Michigan to give some perspective on President Biden's ambitious climate change goals. That research from 2020 found that cutting back how much red meat people eat would have a drastic impact on harmful greenhouse gas emissions. The data was accurate, but a graphic and a script incorrectly implied that it was part of Biden's plan for dealing with climate change. That is not the case.
I mean, that's fine. I still enjoyed that burger. It tasted great, and I feel great. But you know, so what if that Joe Biden scandal was a little bit exaggerated? I mean, because senile old Joe Biden isn't even running the country. You know who is? Kamala Harris. And I'm sorry that I pronounced her name correctly. It's a force of habit. While the vice president is supposed to be focused on solving the crisis of immigrant children at the border, it looks like she's taking a pretty strange approach.
While Kamala Harris still hasn't visited the border, apparently her book has. Her 2019 children's book, Superheroes Are Everywhere, is apparently included in the welcome bag. Ooh, that's a lousy bag. For unaccompanied migrant kids. Did a local volunteer buy the books? If so, that would mean the VP is making money from this.
Migrant children get to read Kamala Harris's kids' book. It's included in what can only be called a welcome pack, propaganda aimed even at children.
She delivers it to him, or
no, not quite. There
no,
it is.
She doesn't want to hand deliver it. It's in a backpack.
It's her book. Her book is a part of the welcome kit. For anyone can, yes.
You know, once these migrant children get Kamala Harris's children's book, which they're giving out, I guess, on behalf of the taxpayers, paying for it, you know, it's all going to get solved.
Would there be any of the acceptance of this that there is now if this had been happening under the prior administration?
Okay, this is outrageous. Kamala's dumb children's book is being handed out for free to every migrant child? That's immigration, socialism, and reading. The three worst things in the world. And look, I don't know what this book is about. I don't want to give her money by buying it, and I have a lifetime ban from public libraries, which wasn't a jacking off thing mostly. All I know is that Kamala is forcing her propaganda on people. Which you know who else did that? Yeah, Hitler. Well, here's some karma for you, Kamala. I've gone through the process of adopting thousands of those migrant children so that I can personally unindoctrinate them. How you like that?
Well, according to the Washington Post this morning, they're saying that it's not accurate. We had heard that, but they're just saying that a book had been donated to a citywide drive. It's not placed in these welcome bags.
How to unadopt or sell thousands of children. Okay, that story didn't exactly pan out either. But I'm not done with Joe Biden, because one of the things that really makes him the worst president in history is his handling of the coronavirus pandemic. After more than 500,000 Americans had already died before his first 100 days were even up, Joe Biden did something inexcusable. He wore a mask when he didn't need to.
President Biden's highly anticipated global climate summit happened this week. Biden, the only one wearing his mask. Does he think he can catch COVID on a Zoom call?
Why the heck was Joe Biden wearing a mask on a Zoom call?
You've got leaders from across the world sitting there virtually, and he's got a mask on.
What in the world is he doing sitting all by himself wearing a mask?
He's the only leader wearing a mask during a Zoom call where he doesn't have anyone else around him, sitting there by himself. It's bizarre, it's baffling, bewildering.
He's fully vaccinated. He's sitting by himself on a Zoom call, and he's wearing a mask because he thinks that makes us appear tough to the rest of the world.
If Joe Biden wants people to get vaccinated, start setting an example. Take your mask off when you're alone in front of your Zoom camera. That's a good example for the rest of the country.
Joe Biden should go on national TV, take his mask off, and burn it.
That's right. Joe Biden wore a mask even though he was completely alone on a Zoom call. What is he hiding under there? Hillary's emails? Honestly, people, there's something wrong with this guy. Wearing a mask when you're alone is like washing your hands when you're alone. There's no good reason for it. And this is especially bad for a president to do because everyone knows you have to project strength on a Zoom call. I mean, that's why I start every meeting with the sound of me on the toilet to assert dominance. Good morning, everybody. Oh, and by the way, you know who else wore a stupid thing on his face for no reason? Nelly. You did not have a cut that whole time, you liar. That would have healed a long time ago. Well, guess what, Joe Biden? You can be a little bitch if you want to, but Rand Paul is right. And this is what I think about your mask.
PolitiFact rated this claim as false. President Biden did occasionally wear a mask during the Zoom summit, but he was not alone in the room. He was joined at various points by staff and members of his cabinet.
Okay, well, I gotta take a quick break to put out this fire, if that's still legal in Joe Biden's America.